The silent epidemic. Why are there so many lonely men today? Why are there so many men who are lonely today? Um, it's more like people actually talk about this enough. People don't actually like talk about how severe this is. Like behind all those noise, millions of men are quietly suffering behind all the noise that you can see on social media and all of these platforms. Uh, Men are actually suffering. It's becoming a real pandemic. Actually, it's becoming a real pandemic, and this is not me trying to, should I say, make you feel pity for men or something like that. But generally, like it's hitting hard more than you can imagine. For example, there's this funny stat I came across that one in three men say they have no close friends. I believe this according to the Survey Center on American Life. I believe it was published in 2021, so perhaps it's not as recent as expected. Then it's more like men don't actually have as men don't actually have the kind of friendships they used to have. Like male friendships have declined. Even making friends, for example, women can easily make friends when they go to clubs, the bathroom and stuff like that. For guys, it's different. I can remember clearly as a straight man, I tried that at in a bathroom at the club. Like this guy asked me something, then I just chatted him up. That I was like, okay, like I was like maybe I've made a new slime or something. And I could notice that toward his attitude and everything, he had to redirect me to women. It was like, oh, there are a lot of women here and all of that. Just trying to redirect me just so it doesn't, I don't know, I think he thought I was flirting with him or something. So even trying to even have like a clear and plain interaction with a guy, a lot of times might be misinterpreted just because they might not want to come off as, oh, they are gay or something like that. I don't know. But it could be due to many different factors. But generally, I think it's easy to make acquaintances with men, easy to make acquaintances with men. But there's certain instances where it's kind of hard to have that kind of strong friendship bond with a fellow man, a fellow guy, if you did not start it for at a very young age, or if there's something, should I say, super challenging that brought you guys together. So, and also, men are actually a lot less likely to seek help. Men are a lot less likely to seek help or even talk about their emotions. Like, I know this mostly sounds emotional and everything, but it's actually tied to depression. Loneliness is tied to depression, addiction, and even sometimes early mortality. So, it's really something. Like so much pressure on men, man up, man up, man up. And typically friendships even after school they fade. Like workplace, like work basic, even it applies to me too. It's not like work actually replaces deep connection. Like God knows that I suck right now at even staying in contact with those who actually matter to me. Like also, uh, I'm not even gonna get to the romantic bit because I mean men get rejected like so frequently when they were, especially those who are actually trying to date and everything, they get rejected so easily. Even on Tinder right now, it's more like so many swipe left for the lamest of reasons, So it's just crazy to be honest. To being a man, to be honest, we tell men be strong, and all of that. But still, it's more like where does it really end for us? Where does it really end? And social media sort of creates this illusion of connection, also culture, less time for real bonds and everything. And also, it's more like sometimes we find ourselves in all of these platforms that might deepen our anger. Some online YouTubers, some online YouTube videos might actually end up deepening our anger rather than even helping us make real change or real improvements. So the thing is, where does it actually start? Where do you actually even get help? So, like, what I'm gonna say is some of the ways you might wanna help yourself is you might actually wanna participate in sports, but then again, where do you get the time? But if you have the time, participate in sporting activities. Like, just go to a nearby basketball court or a football pitch and just participate in sports. Any sports you might be of interest in. Volunteer if you have the time to, if you have the resources, if you have the interest to give back to society. Volunteer. You might get to meet people, get to have your connections, especially when you're actually passionate about the cause as well. For example, you could join something you have an affinity for, and yeah, something like that. Talk to Try to talk to someone you at least once a week. I know this might sound a bit sketchy because as a man you can easily be called a creep just for existing, just for walking the street. You can easily be called a creep, but Just give it a shot. Just try to talk with someone, at least one new person. This is for your own self. The worst that will happen is you are not interested in striking up a conversation with you. Like I told you about the example of me being at the club bathroom, and then the guy misinterpreted my intentions based on his response, how he directed me to talk with me when at the club and all. So you might just have to put yourself out there and just see what the outcome might be. Invest in quality over popularity. Invest your time in quality. And going for therapy is not weakness. I promise it's not weakness to go for therapy. But a lot of guys will rather not go for therapy, which is understandable. So no pressure there, no pressure, no pressure. Connection generally takes effort, but loneliness won't fix itself. That's one thing you need to remember. And you're not alone, but it starts with you. It starts with you. It starts with you. If you by chance want to talk more about how you're feeling or book a session with me and all of that, so just feel free to, should I say, send a DM or on my Instagram, or just write me an email if you want to talk more about this. If you want to talk more about how you're feeling and everything, then I will send you, give you information on how we could make this happen and the arrangements that need to be made so we could make this happen. But I do hope you do something about it while you still can, because man, it's not something to be taken lightly. Thank you for watching till the end. Thank you for watching till the end, and I hope you subscribe and I hope you come to the next video.